What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in to today's video. I busted this gem out of the safe the other day and thought that it would be a good time to kind of make a video on it, give you a little overview and kind of expand the stuff you see here on the channel past my Glock and my URGI, since you guys love that one. But we're going to talk about the HK VP9. So before we get into it here, just to keep YouTube and everybody else happy and keep them off my back about taking videos down, the firearm in today's video as well as the magazine that you see here are unloaded and safe. So that's my safety check. Hopefully it gets everybody all happy down in the comments. But the first thing I want to talk about on the VP9 is the trigger. Now, the trigger on the VP9, if you haven't heard, is very, very good. So just a quick little ghosting here, Garand Thumb style. The take up on it is very smooth. If you really kind of feel it out, there is a little binding point about 2/3 of the way through the take up, right before the wall. And then once you get to the wall, it's a very clean, crisp break. Really good trigger, guys. Way better than the Glock garbage. If you've ever shot a Glock, you know how bad the triggers are on those from the factory. The HK, very, very crisp, very clean. I don't know who sold their soul to the devil over there to get the trigger to feel that good. In my personal opinion, it feels a little bit better than the P30s that I have, which we'll do a video discussing the triggers between all of those later on. I want to talk about the grip on the VP9. It kind of fits into like the P30s as well. So you have interchangeable side and back straps on the VP9. For me personally, I run the mediums. I believe they also come with a large. I don't think there's a small option. So the mediums feel very comparable to like a Glock. So regular size hand people, the mediums will probably work just fine. If you have some big bear paws, probably step it up to a size large. The finger grooves on this compared to a Glock are way less noticeable. So guys that have Glocks that have shaven those down and are thinking about getting a VP9, you probably don't have to worry about that. They're very, very subtle and you hardly even notice them. Now, moving from the grip up here to the mag release, it's the standard kind of HK paddle design on both sides. I like it. I don't have an issue with it. You do kind of have to break your grip a little bit to actually release the mags with your index finger. As you can see here, I kind of open up some space in the back of my palm against the gun here to get that button depressed, and then I kind of have to readjust my grip as I'm reloading. So just be aware of that. Some HK nerd can tell me down in the comments what the lore is behind that and why they want you to use your index finger as opposed to your thumb like this, because you really can't, without like completely spinning the handgun in your hand, which isn't really practical, you can't really get to that. So someone let me know down below why that is. But another cool thing on the VP9 is on the back of the slide, you do have little wings. So if you have some sort of motor skill deficiency or arthritis or something happens to your hand and you need to charge the slide on this, you can grip it like a T-Rex with your index and middle finger, or you can grip it with your thumb and the side of your index finger fairly easily. I wouldn't necessarily go Sage Dynamics and start racking this handgun off these on like picnic tables and stuff at the range because they are plastic and they probably will break. But nevertheless, still a cool feature to have. Another thing I want to note on the HK platform kind of as a whole right now, most if not all of their handguns use the 1913 Picatinny rail on the bottom. So when it comes to mounting a light, the stream lights have it pretty easy. Just use the 1913 adapter and you're good to go. If you have a Surefire or you want to stick to Surefire lights, my X300U-A does not fit on these guns. It does not like to lock in. Granted, mine does have a little bit of Velcro on the back here just to take up the slop out of the light when it's on my Glock. So if you want to stay with Surefire, I recommend the X300U-B that has the same sort of mounting system as the Streamlights. Now, lastly, I want to talk about the magazines. They are fairly expensive. They are all metal, 15 rounders. No issues with them. I haven't had anything jam up. The HK mags have seemed to work very, very well, as well as cross compatibility between, I think, every single one of their full size frames. Even the SK the full size fit in the SK. They even make little adapters to slide over the mag here. So if you have a full size frame, P30, P30L, whatever, your mags are going to work in the VP9, which is really nice. And that pretty much covers the quick overview I want to do on the VP9. There is a ton more to talk about on this gun. So let me know down below if you want to see this gun again or have questions on this. Maybe I can make another video. But if you guys could consider liking and subscribing, I would really appreciate that. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching again. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.